Welcome and thank you for joining me again. And by the way, if you haven't turned on your notifications yet, please do so that you know when I upload new videos. It's a one-story video today. OP28 male writes the following about his fiancée 25 female. We've been together for 6 months and I know that even though it seems fast, I know she's the one. She loves me just as much, but lately we've been having a problem. We were living in my car for the last 4 months because she was taking care of her grandfather with dementia and couldn't do it anymore. He was becoming increasingly combative and has been placed in a memory care facility. I offered to let her stay with me. My lease ended 4 months ago. We've been living in my car while finding a new place. I'm from a city in the southern area of the state, and we were making regular trips down to visit my friends. I had a job but was unhappy and about to quit because I knew I could easily get back into my old job. A couple of weeks ago, she suggested that we move to my city because she had nothing holding her there, and she said she noticed I was unhappy in her city and seemed happier in mine. She is on disability and I work. We got to my city and I told her that there's a female friend of mine who will let her stay with her for a few days. My fiancé and her don't know each other except for a couple of brief meetings. It's been 2 weeks that we've been staying with my friend now, and my fiancé and I got into a very heated argument this morning because she blew up at me and said she didn't sign up for this. She said that she feels like she's watching me have a life with another woman and wants to end the relationship and go back to her city. I've asked her to just hold on. I'm trying to get a few paychecks because I just started back at my new job as soon as we got here. She said no, that she's tired of watching me build a life with another woman. To be fair, I guess I can see why she feels like this. My friend is a single mom, and she has asked for my help a lot. So far, I've moved a chair for her, taken out the trash, cut her grass, opened jars, and watched her son. My fiancé and I were both raised in traditional values families, and she feels like my friend is asking too much of me. I feel like I'm just helping her out in exchange for a place to stay for a while. I've been paying her though. I think my fiancé is being ridiculous, but she said she's suspicious of my friend's intentions because of her asking me for help all the time. She said she's heard that if another woman is constantly needing a man's help, she's doing it with the intent to steal him. I've tried telling her that I'm not going anywhere, but she's mad because she said she feels like I'm putting myself in a situation where my feelings for my friend could become romantic. She said she feels like I don't care about her point of view. She's made it clear that she doesn't exactly like my friend because she knows what she's up to and doesn't appreciate me just brushing it off. I did this so we'd have a roof over our heads, and honestly, because I feel like because I work, I deserve to have a place to rest. My fiancé said that it's been a couple of weeks and that it seems like I'm becoming complacent and don't want to leave or will decide that I don't. She said if I decide to become roommates with my friend, she's definitely leaving. She acknowledged that it's her issue to deal with, but that she's been feeling jealous because she's been watching me do things for another woman and eating another woman's cooking. She hasn't had the chance to do any of that for me because of our situation, and she said that she's afraid I will choose my friend over her because of this. She said she feels like my friend is too close and she doesn't like it, and that she knows because she's a woman what other women get up to, and that I'm just ignoring her concerns. I just don't know what to do anymore because I want her here with me, but she seems very unhappy. I don't want her going back to her city because there's no one there for her. She has a lot of friends who have effed her over, and I just want her here with me, and I want us to have a life, but she seems very unhappy. I'm not really sure what to do to resolve this. She also said that she thinks that my friend is too close to me because she's a single mother and is constantly asking for my help. She said that she wants to end the relationship because she's unhappy and she feels like I'm not listening to her concerns. I don't want to lose her, but I'm not sure how to resolve this. Edit. My fiancé said that she feels I tricked her into this because I did not discuss this with her. She said that she knew that we would be staying for a few days, but not this long. She said that she now thinks that I discussed this with my female friend before moving down here and did not tell her how long we would be staying and therefore took away her choices. She said that if she had ever known it was going to be this long, she would never have agreed to come with me. I didn't plan this behind her back. It just sort of happened. But that's what she thinks and I can't change her mind. Edit. I should have clarified that my friend has made no attempt to get to know my girlfriend at all. We usually go into her room to talk about our day, and my girlfriend is never invited. I haven't said anything to her because I don't want us getting kicked out. Also, I'm aware that they don't know each other, and I just don't want to ruffle any feathers right now, so to speak. Also, I should have clarified that I have met a few of her friends, and they don't seem to be good people. Some of them cannot help her because they are in hut housing. She is saying that she has a few friends that are willing to help her, and her sister and brother-in-law who live in another city are willing to help her. I don't want her to leave because I'm worried that I won't be able to help her if she needs me. I can admit that I have been neglecting her. I usually go right into my friend's room when I get back from work. Then I spend about an hour doing work stuff on the computer and go to sleep. My girlfriend said she understands that I'm working a lot, but that it's no excuse to neglect our relationship. She has said that maybe she's not ready for a relationship, but I'm reluctant to let her go. She has also said that she's thought maybe I'm not at a point where I should be having a relationship right now. She said that she doesn't feel like I have time for one. She said that it would be better for us to just split now, since it's only been 6 months rather than months or years down the road. She has tried explaining to me that sometimes things just don't work out, but as I said, I'm reluctant to let her go. I'm planning on getting a place for the both of us, but as I said, I want to save up a few paychecks. I was planning on staying in the car with her after these couple of weeks, but I'm honestly thinking about asking my friend to stay a little longer. I understand how it may seem messed up that my friend ignores her, but I want us to have a place to stay right now. I just don't want to not be able to help her if something goes wrong because she's disabled. She has suggested maybe living apart for a while and then seeing if things are more stable in a few months, but I need her a year. Without her, this whole thing collapses because I will not be able to afford an apartment without her. She has said that maybe I should just stay on with my friend and be roommates with her, but according to my friend, that can't happen. My girlfriend said that she doesn't even understand what I bought her here for, and that she feels like she sticks out like a sore thumb. She has even said that she wonders if her being gone would change my friend being okay with me being roommates with her. I just worry about what would happen to her if I let her go. The original plan was for us to live in the car and get a gym membership. She said she knew that we would be there for a few days, and she was fine with that. I understand as well as she does that we should be helping her out, but it is becoming an everyday thing. Also, I will be honest and admit that my friend has not really tried to engage her at all. We usually go into her bedroom to talk, and my girlfriend is not invited. I haven't said anything to my friend because I don't want us getting kicked out. She ends up watching my friend's kid. She has not really tried to get to know her at all. I should have clarified that most of her friends are in situations where they cannot help her because they are in hut housing. My girlfriend said that she's unhappy with the entire scenario and that she just wants to leave. But again, if I let her leave, I don't know what would happen to her. I feel like all I've done is try to help her and she doesn't want it. She also said that she's upset with me because I have made no attempt to do anything about my friend excluding her. I get that she's unhappy, but I don't know what else to do here. Let's get a comment with a reply from Opie. Quote, she can afford a place on her own, unquote. This doesn't really fit with the original plan, being to live in your car, but okay. If she can afford a place on her own, she should get one and let you move in. You can pay a share of the rent. Problem solved. Opie replies, I asked her to stay with me while I collect a few paychecks. I would let her do that, but I don't want her to be the only one contributing. I just think it's better to wait until I can do 50-50. To be honest, I'm a little afraid that if I let her go, she'll dump me. And here's an update posted by OP's fiancé. Hi, I'm providing this update because I'm almost sure this is about my ex. The details are too fitting. Anyway, yes. I suggested we move down to his city. I said we could start looking for a place immediately. It's true that I agreed that we would live in a car and get a gym membership. He waited until we got down there to tell me we would be staying with a female friend of his for a few days. I was fine with that. A few days turned into 3 weeks. He completely neglected me and our relationship suffered. I get that he's adjusting to a new job, but that's no excuse. Every time his friend needed something, he would just jump right up. He was so busy kissing her ass that he didn't have time for me. He expected me to clean her house. I refused to be a maid, especially when I wasn't given a choice in being there. I presented the idea of us living apart for a while until he got more established. He wouldn't hear of it. He would follow me outside and prevent me from calling anyone, and even snatch my phone out of my hands every time I tried. He wouldn't even sleep unless I was with him, because he was afraid of me sneaking off, as he put it. He kept saying he needed me there because he loves me and needed me to get a place. It was obvious after a while that he just wanted me there because he wouldn't be able to get a place without me. I'm sure he's probably just going to stay with her, but I don't care anymore. It's not my concern. It became clear to me that he didn't care what I wanted. He wanted to do whatever he wanted and just expected me to deal with it. He would accuse me of being rude to him and his friend. This despite the fact that she completely ignored me. Even when I was standing right next to him, she would act like I wasn't there and only talk to him. He made no attempt to fix it. It also became clear to me that she expected him to act like dad to her son and act like a partner to her. He couldn't understand why I seemed jealous even though the minute we arrived, he stopped touching me and started ignoring me. He started doing her favors and spending all his free time with her. Then, when I brought it up, he said I was making baseless accusations. He tried to excuse them closing her bedroom door by saying her son closed it. Be that as it may, he should have immediately opened it. This happened twice, yet he couldn't understand why I didn't trust him. I waited until he calmed down by pretending everything was cool. Then, when everyone went to sleep, I took his fob, got my stuff out of the car and ordered an Uber. I went to a hotel and then got a bus ticket the next day. I'm staying with a friend in my hometown until I find a new place. Of course he blew up my phone, so I just blocked him, but not before telling him it was over. He seems like a player anyway. Most of his friends are women, and he was also friends with his ex, who he talked about constantly. He never shut up about his female friends. A few that he told me that he considered dating in the past. I just wasn't happy and he refused to let me break up with him. He was showing a lot of red flags and I was done. I've learned my lesson about moving in with someone I hardly know. I'm just glad to be away from him and his drama that he always accused me of cheating. Thank you for reading. Update to the situation where my ex lied to me to get me to his hometown, then trapped me with him in his female friend's house. He spent all his free time with her and stopped having sex with me, yet couldn't understand why I was jealous. He also expected me to clean her house despite paying her. He wouldn't let me leave despite me telling him several times that I wanted to break up. He just wanted what he wanted and expected me to deal with it. I escaped a few days ago and I'm back in my hometown. He blew up my phone, but I told him that it's over and blocked him. Let's get a couple of comments with replies from OP. It's always nice to hear the opposite side to the stories that are posted here. OP replies, I know I already replied to you, but I wanted to add that I'm glad I saw it because I see how he spun it in his favor to make me look entitled. I honestly think he only brought me there to be a live-in housekeeper and babysitter. He deceived me. He told me that we were going to have a house ready, and then the minute we got into town, he was like, we're going to be staying with my friend for a few days. It became 3 weeks. He stopped being as affectionate and we stopped having sex. It happened once in 3 weeks when normally it was a few days a week and even twice a day sometimes. Also, twice they were in her room with the door shut. I see he lied about that. He claims her son shut it, but even if he did, he should have immediately opened the door. He blamed me, saying that I should have opened it if I had a problem with it. I don't know her, so I wasn't going to do that. He took advantage of that and spun it in his favor. He knew exactly what he was doing. It doesn't matter because I'm done. And here's another comment. He kept saying he was, quote, reluctant, unquote, to let you go in his post. I knew that something wasn't right because it's not his choice whether or not you leave. That's sick and would be considered kidnapping in my state. I'm glad you got out. OP replies, thank you. Yeah, I saw that. I read everything. I kept telling him that it wasn't his decision. Well, it is interesting indeed to have both sides of the story. The one thing that stands out to me is OP's boyfriend keeps talking about how he needs her to find a place. to be able to afford a place. So that right there makes me think that he was just using her. Because of that, I'm more inclined to believe her side of the story. It seems to me he had a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C, and I don't know what each plan entailed, but I don't think he was being truthful with his now ex-fiancée. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Leave me a comment, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.